Yeah. Back to the future on a kick. I'ma make it hit. They saying just though. What I do? We gon' make it quick. Stepping on the moon, I'm moonwalking. Smooth talking. But my futuristic whip. Gotta go through the government just to have a kid. Do a backflip in 2045. I was born with an accent. Different technology. Peep the fashion, she like the Twilight Zone, Star Wars fabric. Time traveling, just to get to the action. I have a passion for futuristic magic. Hanging with the robots, look a little astro. Look at the coins.
Virtual cash flow.
I don't like spiders, my computer probably took a biter. It's been light outside for 24 hours into old shows like Empire and Power. This is future news, so the show you better watch it. Back to the future on the kicks, I'ma make it hit. They saying just though, what I do? We gon' make it quick. Stepping on the moon, I'm moonwalking. Smooth talking, with my futuristic whip. Yeah.
Welcome everyone to Reality Check. What you just saw was a great opening to the beginning of what I will consider a wonderful, wonderful show. And why is it so wonderful? Because we're going to meet someone who I know and love very well. Well, I know her so well because she happens to be my big sister. And she is also the writer and creator of this wonderful new hit show, about to be new hit show, Reality Check. Everyone, welcome Miss Alicia Heyward.
Thank you.
Say hi to the
Hello.
people.
And I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you, David.
Well, we're going to get right into this interview, which is more like a conversation between brother and sister.
Definitely.
Lee, so can I call you Lee?
Yes.
Like I always do.
Yes.
So Lee, tell us, what is Reality Check and how did it come about?
Okay, Reality Check came about from my love of shows like Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Trekkie.
Oh yes, me too.
Star Trek, the original, Deep Space Nine,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all the Star Treks, Next Generation, One Step Beyond,
Yep.
The Twilight Zone.
Whoop. It goes on and on.
The Outer Limits. You know, I love shows like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as quiet as it's kept, I always wanted to be an astronaut.
I think I remember something about that. Well, you're definitely launching, taking off, but just tell us. Let's dive into this. What is Reality Check? Is it a little bit of all of what you just named? Or?
Yeah, Reality Check is a combination of sci-fi. So it's a little sci-fi.
Right.
It's part fantasy.
Right.
Although it's commercial, you know,
Right.
it could be, it's for everybody, you know,
Right.
all ages, all genres, I should say, and it's just it talks about subjects that are relevant that are happening in our world today.
Right.
You know, things that we know about and some that we don't know about.
Right.
You know, we might have an episode where we deal with aliens.
Okay.
You know,
wait. Let's don't go too far. We're gonna get to all of that.
Okay, sorry.
Your first episode. Let's
Yes.
talk about that and what inspired that.
The gene pool, what inspired that? I would like to say that it was the report on May 6th from the National Institute of Health, but actually I wrote it way before that. I don't really know what inspired it. I just wanted to write about the future. And I don't know. Somehow, because I love science, because
Right.
my love of science,
Right.
although I was never that great at it, but I did love elements.
Me, but don't worry.
Right, I loved elements of it, so I just wanted to write something about DNA and molecules and things. I think because in the novel that I wrote, I had to deal with that so much because it's also one of those, you know, futuristic. Well, not futuristic, but it's a fantasy kind of thing. So
What's
that's
the name? But just give our viewers the name of this novel.
Oh, it's called Menace Among Us, and I haven't produced it.
Yet.
I mean, I haven't published it yet.
Okay.
But I think I want to sit down and write a screenplay for it first.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Well, you have a background in acting.
Yes.
Tell us something about that. What was your why this passion for acting?
Well,
When did it start?
oh gosh, in elementary school. I was in a talent cluster, and we put on plays, and we put on some really big productions. I had a teacher named Miss Taylor who was an opera singer.
Right.
Well, former opera singer. She had the big bun, and she looked like Leontine Price.
I think I remember.
She sort of looked like her. She did look like her, and she was beautiful. But and not only that, our mom, she also sang opera, and well, she could sing anyway.
Sing a little bit
she
of
sang the
everything.
choir, and she just always made everything fantastic, around for us. You know what I mean, Dave? Coming from humble beginnings, and I guess that's where I developed my love for fantasy, because she made everything so fantastic for us. Every day was just bright and sunny. Well, not every day, but I mean, for the most part, that was our outlook. That was the outlook, that she gave us.
She set that atmosphere around the household.
Exactly. And then just, wanting to reach out to the stars and all. And I just developed, a love for writing, and I just wanted that to reach, for the stars. I wanted to write about things that we didn't normally experience here on this earth so much. I wanted to just take it a step further.
You give the viewers, you challenge them, you push them. Give them, and when I say challenge, I mean their imagination.
Exactly.
You get people to think.
Right. I didn't want to write about just, the love story, although that's great. But I wanted to, if I write about a love story, well, what's something else that's really crazy that could happen in that love story? Maybe in the year, 3029.
Right.
What would the government be? What would our government be like? And what would the people be like? And what would they be doing? Would we have a marriage manual? All kinds of stuff.
Wow.
So I just wanted to take it a little further.
That's
and,
dope.
Just take it out there.
Let's discuss, tell us something about the characters in the first episode.
Okay, well, the first episode is called The Gene Pool, and it takes place in the year 2062.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes place in the year 2062, and it talks about our government and what's required of married couples now when they first marry, how they have to agree that they're going to consummate their marriage with actually making a baby.
Right.
And
But what is it about this baby, these babies?
Well, what about the babies is their DNA is decided for them ahead of time.
By who?
By our government. It's
Wow.
required by law now that
Right.
you have to choose a package. So we might have Group A. You have your psychological and your physical traits, and Group B, you'll have another package. And they have to decide on a package, and that's what their children are going to inhabit. They're going to actually inhabit those traits and those psychological, those characteristics that we see in those packages, and they don't have a choice.
Wow. So, but just to break down, who are the two actors? The main actors was actually.
Okay,
let's talk about those other two actors.
Okay,
on the show.
Gene Romano, he plays Paul. He's
Right.
the husband, and he's not thrilled about what they have to do, but it's required by law. And so, his wife, Amber Powell, she plays Tootsie, the
Right.
wife, and they've just actually come from their wedding. You'll see
Right.
her in her wedding dress,
Wow.
and she's going to convince him because she wants to have a baby. That's her, that's
Her
what she
desire.
wants. Right,
Right.
that's her desire. She wants to have children, and she's willing to go to any lengths to do this. So there's a little twist at the end. I won't tell you what that is.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil everything.
No,
but,
that's okay. But so who is the first person we see when the show opens up?
the first
He's
person
a handsome
you see,
young cat, I believe. Yeah.
that's Gene Romano.
No.
No?
The-
Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Well, he might be too.
No wonder you said a handsome cat.
Yeah.
That's you.
Trying to plug myself,
That's
y'all.
you.
She
You're
messed
the-
that all up. No.
I'm sorry.
That's me.
That's
and,
you.
And what role do? Well, tell the audience what my role is.
You are the announcer extraordinaire.
Oh well. Right.
He's sort of like, the Rod Serling. He's got the suit on and
Minus the cigarette.
Exactly, minus the cigarette. Yeah, we don't smoke these days on film, but
Yeah.
well, some people do, but we don't do that here. But He is our announcer, and he sort of gives he gives you a little bit of the premise, what the show is about, and he asks questions. He poses questions to the audience. What kind of world is it where a portion of the population is referred to as non-significant? Things like that. And then at the end, you'll see him again come on the screen and pose some questions for you, and perhaps even maybe answer the questions that we might have a little bit.
Well, I must say, when I first saw the script, I was like, wow, this is definitely out there. It's definitely different. You have a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people that love sci-fi, they're just going to just delve into this, and people who don't.
Right.
First of all, the opening, from the gate, the opening song with recorded, but Just Know the Wave.
And you
I
composed the music.
I produced the track.
Yeah.
But Just Know the Wave, a student who I worked with so closely, and he just he put his pen down and just bodied the intro.
He embodied it. Yeah,
And,
he embodied what we wanted to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he gives us a little bit of every, a little bit of what each episode might be about, or a few episodes might be about. So shout out to Just Know.
Yeah.
We'll be meeting him coming up soon. You'll be seeing him. He'll be interviewed on the show as well. Reality Check. There's another question that I want to ask you. So you play a character in the show. The first episode.
I forgot about
Right?
that.
Tell us about that character.
Well, I play Official Loving Cup.
What? Say it again.
Official
Loving Cup.
Loving Cup is my last name.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You have, in this episode of the gene pool, you have the married couples.
Right.
When they come to the gene pool office, they have to meet face to face with a government elected official.
Loving
and
Cup.
this happens to be Loving Cup. And this is where she will go through the different packages with them and basically tell them, what is required. She'll give them a.
That's I don't want to tell too much of the show because we want them to see it. But she'll give you the different packages. Like, okay, so if you want a child, we have package A. Your child is like that.
Exactly.
You're gonna love this show. I'm telling you guys. I'm not just saying it because I'm biased because my sister wrote it. But this is something that you're really, really gonna love. The actors are great.
Yeah.
Tell us about the director.
The director, oh my God, he is fantastic. His name is Alan Carlton. We won't meet him today, but we'll meet him soon.
We'll be meeting him soon.
And he's fantastic. He's our director, our editor. He just,
Mr. Do It All.
He's up in the studio and he does everything. He's fantastic.
Now, could you give our viewers just a little background on some of the things like what he's done? I know he's all over the place.
Oh my God, he's done the Howard Homecoming, and where he works with Urban Wall Street, a gentleman named Earl, and another gentleman, a PhD candidate, Mr. Bright, who was in a group, singing group, Shy.
Shy.
And exactly, I like that one. But they also have another film that they did where they just took off to Paris. I think they had been talking about it for a while.
Oh, so they over in
They
in
went
Paris?
to Paris and they interviewed all these people that are doing these amazing things, and it's called what is it called? Oh man, I forget the name. But anyway, it's a Black Tour Paris or something like that.
But Alan, he's all over the place doing a lot of stuff.
Alan, yes, and we'll put his contact information up there too. He's fantastic, and you have to see the films. I mean, his work, it's incredible, and he's phenomenal. So I'm just so happy to be able to work with him.
Well, we're gonna take a few moments, take a break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk to Alicia a little more. But while we do that, you stay tuned, and you could also make sure to check out Reality Check.
Reality Check TV.
TV on Instagram.
And YouTube.
YouTube, Facebook, and we'll be coming right back at you, so y'all stay tuned.
I don't want to hit. I don't want to
Well,
hit.
it's true.
Nope. I don't want to
It's
hit.
true.
No, I don't want to hit. No.
You
I
can
don't
say
wanna
no
hit.
all you want,
I don't
but
wanna
there's
hit.
no way in hell that they're going to let us sleep together in the same bed as man and wife without the unification. And come on, give me some credit. You and me in the same bed without touching? Please. Something is bound to come up.
I am just as scared as you are. But I know that everything's going to work out fine. And besides, we're not the first married couple that's had to do this. I mean, there's been hundreds and hundreds of thousands before us.
I know it's done through the blood. I don't understand why we have to have children this way, seal our marriage this way.
Yes, I understand your concerns, dear, but, it's the way things are in this life. I read somewhere once that in China, there used to be a law where a couple could only have 2 children. Yeah, I believe it's because the country was so crowded.
Yeah, well, that may be, or was. But our government here in the USA is manipulating our children's DNA for their own purposes. I mean, why else would newly married couples with a combined income of less than $62,000 have to register as non-significants?
Wow, that was hot. You guys just got a glimpse of one of the episodes that I'm sure you're gonna come to love, of Reality Check. This Reality Check, how did the name Reality Check, how did that resonate with you? Like, how did you come up with that? What made you come up with that?
I thought it would be appropriate since the show is part fantasy, part reality. I thought that, and because of the other things that I've written, the plays and, my book, things like that, I thought that Reality Check would resonate with everybody. I just thought that it was, something that was just on the tip of my tongue.
Right.
I thought it was something that was just,
Right.
just
Reality Check.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely.
And check. I
Check.
thought, you know what? That's what a lot of us need. A lot of us need a reality check.
You can
So
say
that was
that again.
another reason why it resonated with me so much. Because I
Okay.
said we really need a reality check because we got to have more faith. There's
Right.
so much going on.
That is true. But now, the word check is spelled a little different.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because there were so many other accounts on
Reality
YouTube with
check.
this word
Reality
CHCK.
So we had to flip it up
So I
a
had
little
to
bit.
change it, yeah.
That's cool. Now, could we talk without going so much into the episodes?
Okay.
Give us tell the viewers a little more about what's coming down the pipeline with another episode.
Okay, our next episode takes place on the Red Planet.
Ooh, the Red Planet. Is that
Yeah,
Mars or something?
The Red Planet. Well, I won't say what
won't
planet
say.
it is.
All right.
But it takes place on the Red Planet.
Y'all
There's
have
a
to watch
shipwreck.
it.
There's a shipwreck and 2 aliens, and they're stuck there.
Right.
And then
Is it male and female or
actually it's 2 females.
2 females stuck
Two
on the Red
females.
Planet?
Yeah, 2
Wow.
female aliens.
Okay.
Yeah, and
No guys stuck on deserted on
well,
this planet. with
that's
these-
where the story takes a little turn. We have someone come in. I won't
Okay.
say what or who.
Man, don't
but
say what I
no.
see. I'm privileged to know this, but I just want just to keep y'all at the edge of your seats. Trust me, you're gonna be like, when you see this episode, you will be like, no, what made her write this? Like, I think your writing is great. Let's go back so that your viewers. A lot of times we fall in love with shows, but we don't get to see the side of the writer and the creator. So let's just talk a little more about Alicia Heyward.
About the process, maybe? You mean?
No, not that. Just let's talk more about Alicia Heyward.
Oh, no.
Like, where did you go to high school?
Julia Richmond High School.
Julia Richmond. Back then, what kind of high school was that?
It was similar to the program at High School of Performing Arts, where we had. I started out as a dance major, and then I changed over to drama.
Right.
But it was a really strict, talent unlimited program and curriculum where we, danced for like 3 hours a day, exercise, and then, I was always doing it after school and on the weekends, and same thing with the drama. Once I changed and became a drama major, I was always doing plays. And, we had kids in my school. Alan, he was in The King and I on Broadway. And Gene and those guys, they were dancing in The Wiz on Broadway. And, everybody was working. I was doing plays. And, we were all just really running around and working a lot. you know.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
it was, you know, it's quite different. Good experience, though. You know?
What advice do you give? You know, we see a lot of young people, and not just young people, older people that's still trying to break through in this industry
Yeah.
of show business
Yeah.
and entertainment, and
Right.
it's not so easy. You
No.
know, they say the door is this big, but you have this many people trying to fit through this small
Right.
door. What advice do you give those aspiring actors and actresses
Well,
that want to make it in this business?
For one thing, about the door, I say carve out your own door. Okay, you don't have to walk through anybody's door.
I like that.
Okay, nowadays you can create your own door. Okay, and stay persistent. Don't take no for an answer,
That's
no
right.
matter what.
That's right.
Don't take no for an answer, and seek out and work with the people who know more than you, if you can, and people that share your vision.
Right.
You know, because if you don't have people around you, you know, if you're not surrounded by people that share your vision, then what's your vision going to be? You know,
Yeah.
like me, I mean, I need people that share my vision. You know,
Catch
you
the
share my
vision,
vision.
right, right.
When I give you a script and I say I want music and I want an underscore for this,
Yeah.
you've got to see, you know, see what I see, and
Yeah.
like Alan, you know, he's our director. And he's got to see what I see.
Everybody has to
It's
pretty much catch
exactly,
the vision.
yeah.
And it
It's a
starts with
collaborative
you.
Exactly.
the
It starts
creator.
with the writer, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I enjoy that. I like that. I like the process.
I like how you said your advice that you give to people is carve out your own door. I once heard Jay-Z say in an interview years ago that he couldn't get signed. They were going to this label, getting turned down. They were going to that label, getting turned down. Going to this label, getting turned down. I know what that's like.
Right.
Until they formed their own record label, Rockefeller Records. And what he said was, we couldn't get across this bridge, we couldn't get across that bridge.
Right.
So they built their own bridge.
There you go.
And they got across.
There you go.
And that is good advice that I
Yep.
also give, not just to
There you go.
actors and actresses,
Right.
but also to those
Anybody.
aspiring to enter
right.
into music like Justo the
Yeah.
Wave and other
Yeah.
students and artists that I teach or work
Right.
with, students that I
Yeah.
teach or work with. I tell them, don't take no for an answer. Number one, this is the
Right.
rejection business. Show business is the rejection
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Why? Because doors are going to close
Right.
in your face all the time. Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean, like if you go on an audition
Yeah.
and you don't get the part,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a good actor or actress.
No.
It-
Oh, no.
you-
I remember I auditioned for, I'll never forget, Antigone. And I wanted this part so bad, mostly because it was classical and because I really loved, you know, doing classical plays.
Right.
You know, by Euripides. And I went in, I I thought I did a great audition. The producers, the director said, you were fantastic. They
Right.
said, but
But
it's a Caucasian family and we didn't have enough African-American people to audition, so we can't,
give you,
you know, cast you because
Give you the part,
But I
right.
said, you know what, that's okay. I did a good job. I mean, I was just so on that day and I felt good about it, and there was nothing I could do about the rest, so just keep it moving.
But just let's park there for 1 second.
Right.
So our advice is that just because you might not get a role or you might not
Right.
get the part, you just might not be what or who they were looking for
Right.
to fit a certain. Because
Exactly.
you as a writer and as a creator of a show,
Right.
when you write these scripts and you write for these characters, you
Right.
kind of you envision
Yeah.
how you want the character
Yeah,
to
the
come.
character to be, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
Sometimes, like the first person I might think of may be too old for the part. And that might not occur to me until my mom says, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't get someone so old. Maybe, you know, try somebody a little bit younger.
Right.
And then I'll think, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Because, you know, I'm of a certain age.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, I like to consider the older people because, I mean,
Right.
hey, we're still here too.
Right.
You know what I mean? This business is not just for young people.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I
is
mean?
true.
We're a part of the world too. And I mean,
Yeah.
things are happening for us and we still have to work. That's a reality.
Yep.
So what's wrong with us?
There you go with that reality.
Yeah,
again.
yeah, see,
We're back
another
to-
reality check. That's a reality check.
That's a
Precisely,
reality
yeah, that's a reality check too. Is
Yep.
that, and that is that, you know, people, you know, of a certain age have to work as well, and that we're creative, we can do things, and I'd like to speak for that group of people. Why not?
Right.
I'm still here.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Right. So tell us, how long is the show?
The show, it's a 30-minute show.
30-minute segments.
Right. Yeah, 29,
Okay.
commercials. Yeah, it'll be
Cool.
a half-hour show.
Are any of the shows comical?
There might be. There's
Might be.
some elements of comedy in them, sure. There's some
Right.
things that are funny and then some things that are not funny, dramedy, you want to call it. But
Now,
yeah.
If, let's talk a little bit about the opening song with Just Throw the Wave.
Yeah.
What do you like about that? What is it that people should like?
What I like about it is I think that we've managed, me as the writer, you as the composer,
There you go. You
okay.
get that plug.
Alan as the director, and then Justo as the rapper. I think we've managed to bring all those elements together, all those talents together, and just create this, ball,
great piece.
which is the opening.
Right.
That's what we've done.
Well, a few people that saw it so far is definitely blew them
That's what
away.
we've done, and with Alan, like what he did, with the editing and stuff, and everything is just, it just coalesces together. It's awesome. It just comes together. It's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. We're going to be wrapping up in a minute or so, but I just I'm glad I had the opportunity.
I'm glad.
So I've interviewed my sister before. Wow, I'm usually the one getting interviewed,
Yeah.
sitting there getting interviewed, but this was good. Our viewers out there, thanks for tuning in. We want you to tell a friend. There's a hot new show about to pop off, and it's called Reality Check.
Yeah.
Here's your creator, Alicia Heyward. You go check out. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on your television set. Also, you can get the updates on Instagram. Tell the people the Instagram page. They can find
It's all Reality Check TV.
Reality Check
Check
TV.
Reality
It's,
Check Television.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Y'all check it out. Make sure you tune in. It's definitely going to blow your mind. It's something that you're going to love. And we'll thank you. We thank you now also for your time.
Thank you.
And tune in next week. You never know just what might happen on Reality Check. We talk about silver babies and the red planet and stuff like that. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Love you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Reality.